Hey, fellow surf masters, Carlos here. Hey, I know you guys have been getting a lot of these tapes on these tournaments, and excuse my my lawn care hat, but it's hot and sunny out here. But anyways, I'm trying to clean up the truck and some of my offshore stuff, and I've got one of these tapes already made up, and I don't know if you've seen it, but it's just a float. I put some paracord on there. It's got a grommet, and and of course it's one of our tapes, but not only does it give you an extra hand, you know, to get it close to the shark's snout and then be able to stretch it to the tail, it helps a lot. So I mean, and not only that, you could drop it, it'll float right up, you'll see it. You know, it's kind of big old red float, orange, you know, it's got reflective tape on the paracord, so you'll be able to see it pretty quick and not lose it. So I wanted to start off a fresh one. So I've got one of our tapes again here, and I wanted to show you. So first of all, I reinforce the back side of it, and I do that with some duct tape. And so when I punch my hole, I want to be center of that line, right? Because that's where we're measuring from. So let me. I've already pre-cut some pieces, and they're about the same width as that. So I'll put one with half of the tape on and half of the tape off, and we'll try and get it straight. There we go. That's kind of half-assed. So there's half and half. Probably more leaning towards the top, but that's not a big deal. We're going to cover that up too. So I come in here and I will put the other half face to face, where I have a straight line from that tape. Right, so now it's face to face, and now you can see where the zero mark is. That's the end of the tape. That's where the red tape starts. So there's no confusion of where it starts or where it ends. So then I just flip this back. Again, all I'm trying to do is reinforce that end and be able to make a difference, or be able to see the difference on the tape. So I know I'm gonna punch that side, so I'm gonna put another tape right on top of that, kind of seal it, and then I'll walk a couple back just in case somebody trips on it or pulls hard on it. It shouldn't tear the tape. So just reinforcing it. There we go. I mean, you could probably do a little bit better job, but if you have any pieces on the end, just come in here and trim it with your scissors. And trim it right up. You probably have better scissors than I do that are in the truck. All right. So now we have our starting line, which is right there, and I'm gonna cut out a hole with this grommet tool. Little grommet tool. You could buy those in Harbor Freight or whatever. They're aluminum, so they won't rust. So I'm gonna put this on a board down here, and right down the middle of it, I'm gonna punch a hole. Boom. Cuts out the plug. Now you got a hole. Dead center, right? So then we want to put our male and female. I like the male grommet on this side. It just looks prettier. You guys can do it however you want. And then the flared end the female end goes in the back. And they give you a little plate, and it sits on there. It just kind of cradles in there, and this tool goes on top, so it mushrooms that top out. A couple of whacks, take a look at it. Looks good. Boom. Now you got a grommet. All right. So then now that we got my grommet, yellow float, I went 1/4 inch on this one because that's what I had laying around. So I'll double it up. One end is shorter than the other, and there's a reason for that. So I'll push the doubled end through. Right, so now you got a loop. I'll bring one end through one side of the loop and the other end to the other side of the loop. Boom. So it looks like that. You tighten it up, and you could run it either way once you tie your knot. So that's what it should look like. It'll never come off. Right, one end, one side, the other one to the other side. So then you get your grommet hole. Stick your lawn gan through there. Right. That one's a little long, but that's all right. That's about, I don't know, 40 inches of cord. And like I said, you just want one longer, so it comes in here. And here's my knot right here. So you want to come in here. Let me twist this. Right, that short one's right here. You come up with the long one, and on the short one, you want to grab all three of them right here. 1, 2, 3. You do a 1/2 inch. Just a regular 1/2 inch, and you tighten that up, and that'll help it cinch it. And then on your long one, you come up and you do 1, 2, and then you push it back through that loop. Can you see? I know I'm doing it kind of fast, but so you do 2 turns like a uni knot, come down, and then back through that loop right there. See it? And then you cinch it down. And then you just run it whichever way you want. So I want the short end. I want the knot right there next to it, and everything will adjust if you pull it. And you should have something like this. Right, one coming out one side, one coming out the other side. There's 2 coming up from the top. There's your little knot, and then there's your grommet. So the beauty about this is again, you got a handhold over there while the other guy's stretching it. You don't have to worry. Just worry about getting the end of this line right here in the middle, this line on the snout, right? So you probably have about another, depending on how you put your tape, there's another inch of red right here. So, you know, it kind of doesn't matter where you start. And I've got it backwards. It doesn't matter where you start as long as you're on the tape, right? So as long as the nose is, you know, even if it's between 1, 2, or 3, we could always subtract that at the end, but always try and get that red line right there. That way you know where it's at, right? So that's an extra inch right there, but that's the red zone. So here's the other good thing about that grommet. And we should have it in the future here. It's just too easy. So if you have one of our needlers, one of our rigging needles, and you got 2 guys out there and one's holding the tail, you can put this in the sand, right? You can stick that in the sand and then stretch it out. So you're kind of like that. So you stick this in the sand at the nose, and then you stretch it out to the tail, and the other guy can take the picture, and you can hold the tail and the tape. So 2 guy minimum. I mean, it's already sketchy as it is, but there it is. I'll post this up, and then I'll post some pictures. That way you guys can get it. If you have any questions, just put it on the comments, and we'll see you on the sand.